Hello and welcome back.
Finally.
Okay, first of all, sorry.
Again. Sorry times 2.
Ooh.
What's that?
I put lime juice in it.
Oh.
It's nice.
Yeah, refreshing.
Sorry. I'm gonna take the hit on this one because it's mainly my fault.
You are incredibly busy.
Life is so crazy at the moment with upcoming releases and just so much stuff going on. So if you're tuning in from my stuff, I don't know where else you'd be tuning in from.
Definitely not mine.
That's exciting. But yes, I've also just literally, this is like my second day of holidays because technically 4th, but anyways, and I'm already sick because I finally stopped. So if I'm a bit like throwing this, I'm sorry, throwing it.
I love that.
Thank you. But let's hop to it. Let's get to it because we missed you guys. I mean, we missed doing this.
We did.
Surprisingly, people actually like this podcast, which is wild.
That is wild.
Imagine if we were consistent.
My God.
We're working on it.
The limit. Alrighty. Okay, let's just jump right in. What did you do? Did you just drool?
Do I spill? Good guess though. I do drool a lot, but no, I just spilt it all over myself. But it's fine.
Good. We love that.
It actually was really nice. Really refreshing.
Yep. Grab your wine. Oh wait, we didn't even say.
Okay.
Welcome to our cozy corner of hell. Look at us go. Okay, we're gonna jump right in. I've got some juicy ones.
Okay, they better be.
So, first one, am I the asshole?
Okay.
Am I the asshole for flirting with 19-year-old girls and defending myself when being called a predator?
How old are you?
Exactly. Excellent question. Okay. So they say, I'm 31.
No.
Yep.
Oh, rats.
There it is. I'm 31 and recently ended a long-term relationship.
Don't care.
I was broken.
Don't care.
I recently went to this cool restaurant/bar downtown with one of my buddies to have a good time. Anyone of age can come in.
Don't care.
While we were there was a girl who was celebrating her 19th birthday. They sang happy birthday and they were allowed an outside cake with a 19 on it.
This guy's never been invited to a fucking birthday party, I can tell.
No, clearly. The birthday girl was pretty, so I wanted to go chat her up. Her friends were super cute too. My buddy told me to leave them alone and that they looked like babies.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. He didn't want to go over at first, but since the breakup, every other woman but my ex has been invisible. So he went to wingman with me.
Wingman.
Wingman.
It was her birthday, wingman.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, wingman.
We walked over and wished her a happy birthday. I thought things were going well, and the women were laughing.
The women, the females.
I love that it was birthday girl, and now it's like birthday woman.
Yeah, oh yeah. She's at puberty,
She's
right?
a woman.
Right?
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, one of the girls snaps at me to take a fucking hint, R. Kelly. I was taken aback.
Mate.
Yeah.
It was probably me.
Yeah, sounds like something you'd say. I was taken aback and just said, "Excuse me?" She said to read the room.
Are you deaf? Are you deaf, R. Kelly? That's what I would have said.
I said what I said.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's Wing Wang's birthday. Sorry.
I was taken aback and just said, "Excuse me?" She said to read the room and that they were uncomfortable. Another asked us to go away. I was going to go, but I was really bothered by the R. Kelly comment. I said, "It's fucked up to call me a predator when we're all adults here." My buddy wanted to leave, but I stood my ground.
Good one.
Right.
That's the hill to die on.
Absolutely.
Crashing a 19-year-old's birthday. That's the one to die on, King.
100%.
Like, she's going to go, oh, you know what, actually?
Join
the way
me.
that you're making me really uncomfortable is doing it for me. Yeah.
We're all going to sleep with you.
Yeah,
now.
every single one of us.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
The birthday woman said that it didn't matter. It's weird for someone my age to hit on them.
Agreed.
Especially when they make it obvious that they are uncomfortable. then made another R. Kelly comment by asking if she looked like Aaliyah to me, which upset me again. I apologized for making them uncomfortable, but that didn't give them the right to call me a predator. One of the women said it was a personal problem. I said that adults are allowed to hit on adults. It's not a crime. One woman just asked why I was still standing there and yelled at me to go away. I was pissed off. And when I left, their entire table was singing Remix to Ignition.
Okay, this is the takeaway. Where are they and why aren't we friends with them?
We need to be friends immediately.
Oh my God.
Singing Remix to Ignition and laughing their asses off. I was furious and humiliated. When we sat back down, I was seething. My buddy said that it was my fault for not seeing the signs that they were uncomfortable.
Go, buddy.
Yes,
buddy can get with it. Buddy can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on over here, buddy.
Right?
For your troubles.
You can hang out too. To him, it was obvious, so he wanted to go. He called me delusional. I pointed out that they were laughing, and he said it was just uncomfortable laughter. You know that thing that you do when, like, you really, like...
Yeah, like fawning, right?
Yeah. The friend was saying, like, you should have been able to tell.
It's like, he didn't try and stab me in the carotid, so I thought they were into me. It's like, the fuck are you on about, bro? We're all like,
right? Like, no one wants to be
anyway.
Right.
Also, imagine, like, trying to cut the cake, and he's like, yo, shorty, let me whisper in your ear. Like, fuck off. Men are seriously abhorrent, except for Buddy. Buddy can get it.
Yeah,
give me a call, Buddy.
Yeah. I told him that I had every right to be mad about being called a predator when they were all 18 to 19. It's a horrible accusation to make. My ex,
indeed.
My ex was 6 years older than me.
Oh my God. Do you pick these to make me so fucking angry?
I do. Truly, I do. That's like the number one thing I have in mind. For at least one of the stories. They're just so outright. Like,
I keep trying to roll my eyes, and apparently I've forgotten how to do that, and I just keep rolling my head. But then my neck keeps getting stuck and it keeps cracking. So every time I get angry, I keep going, oh. It's really something chiropractic happening over here. But yes, wait, what would you? Oh yes, my girlfriend who wasn't real.
No,
there's no way.
But was 6 years older than him.
Of course.
Right. He said
he got the doll when it was passed down from his cousin.
He said that they weren't calling me a predator, just weird for going for teens. He said it was wrong of them to sing after me, and that was bullying.
I'll show you bullying. You're like, you ain't come to my birthday, sir.
And I should have left long before that. I felt like he should have stuck up for me. Was I wrong for sticking up for myself or for hitting on them in the first place? I was respectful and not creepy at all too. Just a quick edit. For the record, I do date women my age and older. This was the first time I approached much younger women.
And hopefully the last. What business do you have? I know it goes without saying. I don't need to go on this rant, but I will because of course I will. Yeah. What do you have to speak about with a 19-year-old?
Literally, like...
I mean, we're not as old as him yet, but like still...
Close.
Like what do we speak about?
Like literally, I wouldn't even know how to relate. Like...
I mean, you can chat and like but it's like a mentor situation, is it not?
That's how I would take it.
Or like a big sis situation. It's never a romantic situation, ever. 19, like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, they're probably still at home. They're probably still at home now.
Absolutely.
Like on what planet? What?
No, yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand it. And I don't understand like the whole like younger no. I can't imagine dating a 19-year-old boy. Like or a 19-year-old girl.
That is actually just that makes me actually feel sick.
Yeah?
Yeah, but men are
animals.
They don't care about it.
I know. So I have a few comments.
The absolute entitlement this man exudes though.
Oh my God, it's gross.
Like what? Like on what? Anyway, whatever.
Yeah. So I have a few comments. He did get absolutely railed in the comments.
Oh,
of
good.
course. Because
some bitches picked up the slack. I wasn't there.
absolutely. First comment, you're the asshole for being creepy, not taking a hint, and arguing about it to women who ask you to leave. You're upset about being caught a predator, but don't seem to care that your inappropriate behaviour made a group of women in public feel uncomfortable. Next one, typical nice guy. Next one, the table singing remix to Ignition was also hilarious in how badly it pissed off the OP. And then, this one, he is extra you're the asshole for standing his ground. When they asked him to leave, what did he think would happen? They would admire his persistence and realize they were wrong all along, and he was actually a nice guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep, who they should all sleep with.
Yeah, that
literally. No, I know. And then so after a while, he did make another edit, being like, "All right, guys, I get it. I let my pride get in the way of things here. Can't fix it. We'll do better next time." But we do have an update, but from the birthday girl's point of view. So it goes. I've never had a Reddit account before, but my journalism TA showed us it, and sometimes I'll just check the front page for news. Earlier, I saw a post up there that basically described my birthday dinner like 3 weeks ago. At first, I didn't give a fuck. But now, I just felt the need to clarify a few things, even though I know most people called him an asshole. Some people got aggy about the R. Kelly comment and singing Ignition. Was it mean? Yes. But I'm done being nice to creeps. All caps. This was not a bar. It was a bar and grill. So basically just like a restaurant. But it was mainly a restaurant that just happened to serve drinks. We were sitting near a family, so we weren't in a setting where people go to get hit on. We were minding our own business and sitting in the corner booth.
Yeah, babe, you don't worry. You don't need to justify yourself to us.
No.
This is like, what were you wearing?
Absolutely.
It's like, no, it's a bar and grill. It's like, sister, they're going to do it at a goddamn Kmart.
Oh, absolutely.
You could literally be at a wedding celebrant's office and the dude there will still be like trying to hit.
Yeah. So then she said, he came and wished me a happy birthday. I said thanks, and we all went back to our conversation. I did appreciate being told happy birthday, but he stuck around. We laughed uncomfortably and went back to our conversation. He stuck around and kept interrupting us. Each time he said something, we nodded and then turned our backs to him. We said, thank you, bye, a few times, but he was still standing there talking to us. His friend kept finding excuses to leave. I was annoyed, uncomfortable, and disgusted, but I gave him a respectful, okay, have a good night. Here's some cake for home. Bye.
Wow, she's doing God's work.
Right? But he grabbed the cake and sat down in our booth. He said, the night's not over yet.
Thanks, Freddy Krueger.
Right?
Oh, I've got come in the back of my
Ted Bundy, Jesus Christ.
come in the back of my van.
Yeah.
I've got candy.
Oh my God, right? Then my friend just snapped. And if she didn't,
on her.
I was going to.
Good on her.
Yeah.
I would have been the friend way before this.
Oh, yeah.
I actually will say that there is a dark part of me that shines in these situations.
You do.
But
There
it's not
is something that overcomes you. It is a deep
rage.
Yeah. And it
And I won't
embodies you.
like kick off though. I won't be like, yeah, I never yell.
No, you just tear them limb for limb, like verbally, and destroy their self-esteem.
I do.
You do.
I just went to deny. I went
No, you're very good at it. It is
only
a
when they
skill.
deserve it.
Absolutely.
Fucking leave me alone. Get your sweaty breath away from me.
Right.
They always have fucking stupid hair too, and I can't stand.
Bad hair.
I can't stand a bad hairstyle, mate.
Oh, God.
On a man, something about it. On anyone. Actually, I won't discriminate.
No, you just hate bad haircuts.
Receding hairlines.
Yeah.
They ignite rage inside of me that you've never known. But I've known
incredible.
it. I've known it. I know it all too well.
So when she called him R. Kelly, she wasn't accusing him of being a pedo, but a creep. 30-year-old guys who hit on us are creepy and disgust us. Point blank, period. We were nice the entire time, And I even gave them 1,000,000 hints and cake for the road.
Baby, you don't have to. I can't believe you gave up your cake.
I know. Like,
That's.
I want to eat that.
You should eat that cake.
We were nice the entire time, gave 1,000,000 hints and cake for the road. His friend was even finding reasons for them to leave. Then he had the audacity to stand there and fight us on it. I told him that he was way too old for us and it was creepy from the start. When he left, we started singing Ignition among ourselves, not singing it after him, instead of crying over our night being ruined by a creep.
I don't care if you got up, turned your hat backwards and rapped the whole thing.
Absolutely. No.
But the fact is that you owe this man nothing. And if you bullied a 31-year-old man, tell him to go home to Angelica, his fake girlfriend that's 6 years older than him, and go in the basement and kiss her plastic face because she's a doll.
So we turned it into a fun moment with karaoke. P.S. When he asked us our age and gave us his, we became 1,000,000 times more uncomfortable. Guy was 30 trying to get with 18-year-olds at a birthday dinner. We're used to old men bothering us and it's always gross. To the if he wasn't ugly crowd. He was a decent looking fit guy. If I'd never met him, I'd set him up with my aunt. But he was in his 30s. And that is way too old. This isn't porn and I haven't met a single girl desperate for 30-year-old divorced dick. Being called legal is demeaning. Everything about it was sickening. When he came over, announced his age, then asked ours, I almost yacked. It was like he was IDing us at a family restaurant. Fuck out of here. I'm tired of having to be polite to guys who are creepy and disrespectful.
Case closed.
Done. Truly.
What a fucking loser.
Right? He's the asshole. She is not. She's an icon. And we love her. The end. Are we ready to move on?
Why do you aggravate me so early in the piece?
I don't know. It's just fun. Okay, so now I've found us a dating horror story.
Oh!
This one is actually pretty funny, I'm going to be honest. So, how I got back at a pushy guy on a bad first date. When I was 18 years old, 10 years ago, I was doing the online dating thing.
That math fuck took me out.
Yeah.
Straight up, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Motherfucker. 28.
Yeah. Yep. So 10 years ago, she's now 18. I mean, she was 18. Sorry, she was 18. I was doing the online dating thing. I live in the US and I'm about 15 minutes from the Canadian border. My What just happened?
I don't know why that was really funny. She's like, if I have to flee, it's very easy. I don't know why that was funny. Anyway, keep going.
So my date and I went to Canada together on a first date because I couldn't drink in the US but could in Canada, and he wanted to go to a bar/casino. He picked me up in his little sports car and we rode together through the border crossing and to the casino. We played some games and had some drinks and were having a decent time. I got to a point where I was decently drunk and knew if I had any more alcohol, I would be out of commission. I told my date I was done drinking and I wanted to start heading home. Instead of listening to me, he went and got us both another round of drinks. And he handed me a big Long Island iced tea. I told him point blank I couldn't drink it because I was at my limit. He didn't take too kindly to that and got pushy. He told me, you have to drink it. I bought it for you. If you don't drink it, you're going to make me waste money. No matter how many times I told him no, he continued to push me on this. I got very frustrated and upset because I was alone with this pushy man in another country and I was very upset with myself for getting into this situation. We argued for a while and eventually I snapped and formulated a little plan. He agreed to take me home after I finished the drink. I took the drink from him and chugged it. We got into his car and started for the border. Chugging a Long Island iced tea is...
I would say that's a rare skill set.
It is. It is incredible.
I feel I possess that skill set.
You do. You are terrified. Like, people who can shot vodka terrify me. You can, like, scull it out of a bottle. It is an incredible skill.
Those days are gone.
I know. We're all ladies now. Puggy, are you in the shot?
Is Puggy in it?
I don't
He was sticking his head through the ring light before and I was trying not to laugh. He had his head in the middle of the ring light and he was like...
We got into his car and started for the border. It was important to note...
Pudding's eating a bug.
Oh, God, of course.
Yeah.
It was important to note that this guy was very proud of his car.
I hope she threw up in it. She definitely did.
He spent the whole drive to the border telling me about all the features and how much he loved it. I spent the whole drive ignoring him and focusing on keeping my sick stomach under control. My goal was to make it through the border crossing, at least, which was proving pretty difficult. We did eventually make it through the border crossing, and as soon as we made it back into the US, I turned in my seat to look him in the eyes, and I told him, I didn't appreciate how you forced alcohol down my throat after I repeatedly told you no. I know my limits, and you ignored and disrespected me. I said I couldn't drink more for a reason. Then, while maintaining direct eye contact with him, I started vomiting in his car. I knew this was coming and specifically oriented myself to cause as much damage as possible. I threw up on the seat, the floor, the dash, etc. He was freaking out and I just started crying and telling him this was his fault and he could either take me home or let me out of the car now, but I will call the police if he doesn't proceed with one of the two options. He dropped me at home and I never saw him again.
Honestly, weapon behavior. But like, she should not have even had to do that. But I mean, I get it. And weapon behavior, that you literally used your gastrointestinal tract as a weapon.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It's incredible. I read that one. I was like, honestly,
it's a whole production when I throw up. I can't believe she did that. That's amazing. She's definitely a thrower-upper. Like, some people are thrower-uppers and some people aren't. Mm-hmm. Like, she's like definitely, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Incredible. Like, she knew her limit. She knew that, like, if she drank more, if she was going to be sick. So she was like, game on.
Good on her.
Yeah. Honestly, like, use it.
My God, she held it in to cross borders.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Good for her. Mm-hmm. Good for you, sister.
All right. Are we ready for the next one?
We're ready.
This one's pretty crazy.
Okay.
So, my 22F fiance, 25M, wants his father to check my hymen tomorrow night before I get married. Yeah. Pretty fucked up. We've broken her. She stalled out. I know. My fiance proposed to me about 8 months ago. We decided on having a relatively small wedding, which is in 2 days.
Just me, him, and his father.
Yeah, right. Everything was going great. He seems
Was it?
Yeah, right. Was it,
baby? It can't have been going great if this is where we're ending up.
I know.
Be so fucking for real.
She says everything was going great.
Yeah, I've said some stuff too.
Yeah, He seems absolutely perfect and we are very much in love. I'm a virgin and so is he. He wanted to save it for marriage and I wasn't fussed, so I agreed to saving it. He has told me earlier that in his family, the father checks the virginity of the bride the night before the wedding. I laughed this off as it seriously sounds like a massive joke. Nope, turns out he was dead serious.
In the Special Victims Unit.
These
are their stories.
Wants me the night before to open my legs in a small ceremony type thing so his dad can check me while him, his brothers and uncle can watch. So that they know I am still pure.
Got it.
Right?
Cool.
I told him, fat chance I'm going to do that. And he was begging me to go through with it and how important it is for him. He said he knew it was slightly embarrassing for me. Slightly embarrassing. Slightly embarrassing for me.
I'm like in shock.
I know. But his mum did, and it will prove how much I love him and that I have nothing to hide anyway, as I'm still a virgin. I left and he was crying. It was very dramatic, to be honest. I want to call off the whole wedding because of this and never talk to him again. But at the same time, it's the only thing. And other than that, we are genuinely perfect for each other. and I don't want to spend my life with anyone else.
Girl.
And it is very important to him and his family.
Girl.
No, literally.
Girl.
There has to... No.
Someone call Olivia Benson.
Please, Olivia, we need you.
Sergeant Benson. Captain Benson. Yeah, Captain Benson.
Captain Benson, we need you. She wraps it up with, what the frick frack do I do? I am currently at my friend's house and I might stay here for the night. Tomorrow would be our last day as an unmarried couple and I am straight up panicking.
There's no way. This is fake. I have to tell myself that. I'm going through the 5 stages of grief over here. I'm like, denial. I'm like, that's fake.
Yeah, it has to be fake.
That never happened. I feel like there's some weird Utah shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's giving like
Sorry Midsummer. To the Utah. I was just about to say Midsummer.
Midsummer. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
No, I think it is Midsummer.
Because that's how I say it.
I think I've heard people say it on a... No,
yeah, on some fucking weird shit.
I know, right? Like when they're all like around that girl and she's like crying and they're all like... It's
oh my God, yes.
Mm-hmm. But like gross. Because that's just like a moment
surely
of girlhood.
But like surely this is like a religious thing.
I'd
argue.
So, I mean... He wanted to save it till marriage, so like obviously
yeah, but the hymen of it all.
I know, and like also,
and can you actually visually check for that?
You can, but it can break if you just like do gymnastics or like ride a horse. It can break. Like it doesn't actually mean.
Christ.
Yeah, no, it's not like a real thing. Your hymen being like,
isn't it?
No, like it can be, and like it can indicate that you're a virgin, but also like it can just like break for no reason.
I never knew that.
It's not even like a real thing.
What a pointy horse.
Well, the horse isn't going up your hoo-ha.
How's it break?
I don't know, because you're like, I don't know, bouncing around and you're sitting on the sat. I don't know, but...
Oh my God, stay away from rocking horses, I guess. Jesus Christ.
I just know that it can. I don't know the logistics of it all.
But how would one, unless they're... Oh, why am I even justifying it? This is crazy. I'm like, how do you check? Who fucking cares? Anyway, keep going.
With like him and his family, his male family members all like sitting around.
I have invited the Australia Post guy. I'm waiting on his RSVP. If the wife lets him, you know how they are.
The neighbour.
The old ball and chain. Anyway, keep going. Fucking
so there's an update to that because that was everything.
Yeah, she's no longer with us, mate.
No,
she's
honestly,
fucking strung up somewhere. No offense, she's in a dungeon.
Probably. So she says, first of all, thank you so much for all the replies. I didn't think this would get so big.
Girl!
Right? It is maybe one of the most awful things we've read.
Girl! I need to slap you.
Yeah. I have read pretty much all of them. Special shout out goes to the person who says this was fake solely on the fact that I write like a man, whatever that means.
Sounds like me.
Yeah. Also, thanks for all the gold and silver. It's appreciated, although if you want to spend money, give it to a charity or something. I went and talked to him this morning. I told him that his father is not going to look at me and he needs to respect that. He was adamant that it needs to happen and accused me of lying about my virginity. I was trying to be calm and rational, but he was not having it and just became more and more angry. I told him if he really loved me, he would stand by me on this and tell his father no, to which he slapped me and said he didn't need to prove anything. So I ended it and left him. I am currently back at my friend's house being miserable and eating pizza, which is pretty fun. So, yep, thanks everyone.
Call the fucking police.
It just went from bad to worse. This poor lady. I hope she's okay. I hope she's safe.
Well, she will be now.
Yeah.
Imagine if they have kids.
Oh my God.
Like, absolutely not.
No.
There are some real fucking freaks in this world.
There are. But also, like... What?
No words.
Moving on. All right. We've got a spooky story.
Ooh!
This one's only short as well.
Okay.
So it goes, I've had a bunch of paranormal experiences, but one that stands out was probably the time my then youngest son had gotten me up crying about a bad dream.
Nope. Immediately no. Anything involving kids, like kids saying they saw something or kids saying that they whatever is just a no, because I believe them fuckers. Like, who said, oh, the hat man in the corner? I'd be like, well, guess what? We're moving.
Yeah, and we're burning the place down. So, probably what?
I think something medical just happened.
I think so. I'm just going to go from the beginning. I've had a bunch of paranormal experiences, but one that stands out was probably the time my then youngest son had got me up crying about a bad dream he was having at 3 a.m. The witching hour. He was 4 at the time. I calmed him down. Then he told me he was hungry, so we go to the kitchen for a snack. He's sitting there eating cereal when he kind of looks up and then casually tells me the boy who woke him up is sitting in the corner crying. And he nods to an empty corner of the room by the table where we were seated. I asked him why the kid is crying, just kind of humouring him. When he tells me his mummy crashed the car up the road and now he's trying to figure out what's going on. He woke me up, please tell him to go. So I thinking it's my kid still shook from the bad dream. Look at the corner and say, hey kid, go back to your mum. We keep sitting there.
Hey kid.
Oi,
Get
out of here.
Get gone.
Yeah, out of here, buddy.
Stay in your house.
Go find your mum.
You're raised in a barn.
Go get. We keep sitting there and my son finishes his cereal and hands me the bowl. Just kind of joking around, I asked him if it worked and the kid left. And he looks at me really seriously and said, yes, he told me the ambulance is coming, so it's okay. They're all dead anyways. And not even a minute later, a string of cop cars and an ambulance go past our house, sirens blazing. And I got this feeling of the most intense dread. While the hair stood up on the back of my neck, I shook it off, told myself it was just a kid's imagination and coincidence. We went.
Hell no, I would not. I'd be like, get dressed.
Absolutely.
Get dressed. You've prophesized this. We're going to see if it's right.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you're scared. I'm scared.
Get dressed.
Put your raincoat on, dear. We're going to check.
Yeah.
Because if you're fucking John Edward and bloody Long Island meeting up in this bitch,
Absolutely.
I want to know about it.
Uh-huh.
If you're
need to know.
If you're a little fucking liar, I want to know about it.
You're making shit up. Great storytelling.
Because I'm shitting myself.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She says,
kids just know, man.
I know.
Kids just know.
it's bizarre. Like it's like
Kids and animals.
yeah, and it's like when kids will say like, I was this in.
Oh yeah, they're like, well, when I was waving goodbye on the big boat, mother.
Yeah.
When I was waving my handkerchief. You're on a boat. It crashed into an iceberg. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, pretty much.
We sank to the bottom of the ocean, mother.
I was on board. I did not escape.
I was one of the saxophonists. I played in the instruments section. I was yet but
the brass section.
I was but a poor boy. You find my skeleton underneath the ocean. Anyway, what's for lunch?
So then she says, a few days later, my neighbour tells me all about the big wreck a mile up the street from us, where some lady was going too fast and flipped the car coming around a curve, and no one survived. At 3 a.m. on the night my kid had woken me up. I didn't dare ask if her little boy was in the car.
Well, I think we know.
I think we know.
Because fucking Alison Dubois upstairs told us. I'd put an extra cross just in case in that room.
Just hang them everywhere.
No, not that the kids, just in case. Because, like, what if, like, I like to imagine, like, if ghosts were to come to someone, and it's sort of be like, they're all kind of like, hello, and everyone's just sort of not listening. And then there's, like, that one person that's listening. What if they all get the same idea? You know?
All the ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
And they're like, he's answering, go to him.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't want any bad ones to Yeah.
creep on them. Yeah, no, true.
Because if I were like a devil, that's what I would do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's creeping up.
That is so scary, bro.
Yeah, for sure. If my kid did that, I don't know what I'd... Actually, you know what? I would probably do exactly what she did and just go back to sleep.
You would call me and be like,
No, you're
deal
right.
with it.
I would call you immediately.
I'd be like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Your kid's already going to have bloody learning disabilities. Now it's fucking psychic.
You can't have that.
It's not going to have any friends.
It's going to be the creepy kid that no one talks to.
With his pipe cleaners. I was on the Titanic, mother. That's what I played as we went down. Fucking hell.
We kept playing even as we sunk.
Oh, the water, the chill, mother. It was cold.
Feel it. It was so icy.
That's why I hate the winter.
Don't make me go back.
You can't.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
All right, we're going to do a little true crimey section. Here we go. So, oh no, you're out. Alrighty. We're almost there, people. So we're true
I
crime.
just went to drink the microphone. I was like, ignore me.
It's fine. So, this one is the one day I woke up late may have saved my life. I've told this story in other places on other accounts before, but it bears repeating. One day when I was in an elementary school...
Sorry, put that on my tombstone. I've told this story in other accounts, but it bears repeating. That is me.
Yep.
Sorry, keep going.
One day when I was in elementary school, I think probably 3rd or 4th grade, I was awoken by my mum in a rush. She had overslept, and since she always woke me up in the morning, this meant I too had overslept. And now there was just no way I was going to be ready for school early enough to get on the school bus. School started at 8 a.m. My bus pickup time was 7 a.m., but it was already like 6:40 or something, and I was still in my pajamas and hadn't even had breakfast yet. So Mum decided that today we would just tell the bus driver to go on ahead and she would take me to school, which would give me plenty of time to get ready. So I'm sitting there at the dining room table eating breakfast, still in my pajamas, and it's now about 6:50. We hear the bus pull up about 10 minutes earlier than usual. My mum peeks her head out of the door into the foggy morning, waves the bus on, and she closes the door and comes back inside. But the bus doesn't pull away. There's a knock at the door and my mum opens it to find a man in a bus driver uniform. He explains that he's a substitute driver because the regular driver called in sick. He said he knows he's a few minutes early since he wanted to get an early start on the route.
You can't do that. First of all, buses are scheduled.
Right. Since we woke
Sus.
up... Yeah, right. An early start on the route since he didn't know it well. My mum explains to him that she was going to take me to school since we woke up late. He gets visibly upset and says he can wait a few minutes since he's already running ahead of schedule. My mum insists that no, I won't be ready to go in a few minutes, and tells him to go on ahead. He seemed angry about this, but turned around and got back in the bus and left. I returned to eating my breakfast and still don't have my school clothes on at this point, but at 7 a.m. sharp, another bus pulls up to my house. Mum thinks this is weird and goes outside to talk to them. She comes back inside looking terrified, but doesn't really say anything about it and tells me to finish getting ready for school. At the time, I didn't know what happened, but Mum would end up telling me a few years later. When she went to the second bus, she found out that it was being driven by my regular bus driver and it was full of all the other kids that are usually on the route. The other bus was empty, by the way. Mum asked the driver about the substitute and about him calling in sick. I never called in sick. There is no substitute on my route, he says. The driver immediately called dispatch in a panic and told my mum to go inside and call the police, which she did without me knowing, and report the incident. There was absolutely no one doing my driver's route that day. Whoever this was most likely a kidnapper who had targeted me. I never heard anything about it again, not even if someone else had ended up being picked up by this mysterious fake bus driver. But chances are, had I gotten on the bus, I would have never made it to school or back home, and if my mum hadn't overslept on that specific day, I would have been on that bus.
That's fucked.
Right?
Where did he get a bus?
That is an excellent question. You can't just take a bus. You don't just buy buses.
Especially like a school bus.
Yeah. I know, right? Like, they're very...
That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky the mum was like,
On
nah.
Thank God they woke up late. Like,
But
that was
like-
just, like...
But like, lucky she wasn't like, oh yes, like,
Yeah.
go, hurry up quickly, just get dressed and go, or
Yeah,
something
oh my
like
God,
that.
Thank God. Yeah, and thank God she, like, stood her ground when he was like, oh, I can wait. Like,
It's not an Uber.
no. And also, like, I know that, like, buses over in the US are, like, different to here. Like, they'll, like, have, like, here I feel like it's just, like, your bus stop and, like, we had to walk up a giant-ass hill. Like, they don't stop out the front of your house.
I feel like America's that too, right?
I don't know. How do buses work there?
I mean, the same as everywhere else, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are they coming up to the door?
I don't know, unless it's like, I don't know.
Really weird. Really, really weird.
So strange.
Yeah.
So lucky.
All right. Are ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Just going to bring it up. Am I the asshole for bringing a raccoon to my sister's wedding?
No.
Immediately no. So this happened last weekend and I'm still getting angry texts from my family. Let me explain. I have a pet raccoon named Pebble. I know that's the name of my little birdie.
Hannah, we have this Finch app thing. It's like a self-care app, but Hannah's bird's name's Pebble.
I love her.
Mine is Pickles.
He's very handsome.
He is.
Yes. I have a pet raccoon named Pebble. He is very friendly and well
Can
trained.
you have a pet raccoon?
I don't know. This is the first time I've heard of someone having a pet raccoon.
Do we have raccoons here?
No, I don't think so.
They're American, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I thought they just sort of like ran around at night and screamed and owned trash cans.
Like
Perfect
big
pet,
city
to be
trash.
honest.
Yeah.
Sound like
Honestly,
me.
Me. Okay, so he's very friendly and well trained, and I love him like a son. He goes every...
Me.
Honestly, us with our cats.
Me with anything.
Yeah, true. He goes everywhere with me. He has his own harness and leash. He is also vaccinated and has all the necessary papers.
Well, then you must be allowed.
Yeah, I would say so. I was invited to my sister's wedding, which was held at a fancy hotel. I asked her if I could bring Pebble, and she said no.
Girl, okay, don't bring the raccoon to the fucking Hilton.
I know, right? That's kind of weird. She said it was inappropriate and disrespectful to bring a wild animal to such an important event. She also said...
Or any animal.
Yeah, any animal. Yeah. Unless it's like a guide dog and you like are blind.
Yes. Necessities.
Yeah.
Or if it's like the groom and the bride, or the bride and the bride and the groom, or whoever, the people getting married, if it's their pet.
Yeah, that's cute.
I love
Oh my
that.
God.
I would totally bring skinkies.
Yeah, I would love them to be at my wedding.
Yeah,
To
Missy.
you.
We're not getting married.
You don't know that yet. I've set the date.
Fuck's sake. I'll never beat the lesbian allegations. And we don't want to.
She also said that some of the guests might be allergic or scared of him. I was hurt by her response, but I didn't want to argue with her. I decided to respect her wishes and leave Pebble at home with a friend. However, on the day of the wedding, my friend called me and
I'll
said...
mind Pebble. I'll mind Pebble.
Yeah, bring Pebble here. My friend called me and said he had an emergency and couldn't take care of Pebble. I panicked. I didn't have anyone else who could watch Pebble, and I didn't want to leave him alone in my apartment. I also didn't want to miss my sister's wedding, so I decided to bring Pebble with me. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I put him in his harness.
I thought it would not cause a kerfuffle. I put him in a bow tie.
Oh my God, just wait. But it wouldn't be a big deal. I put him in his harness and leash and put a bow tie on him.
This is my kind of person.
To make him look more formal.
Oh my God. I can't tell you how fucking exhilarated, ecstatic, happy, and soul-fed I would be if someone rocked up to my wedding with a raccoon and a bow tie.
I know, right?
I would be like, and you're on theme.
Yep.
And
10 out of 10.
Thank you for adhering to the dress code.
Best dressed. I also brought some treats and toys to keep him entertained. I figured I could just sneak him in and keep him in a corner where he wouldn't bother anyone. I'm literally picturing this raccoon as like a small child. Like, he's putting him in the little corner. He's just going to play by himself with his little toys.
Honestly, no notes.
I know. Boy, was I wrong.
Oh.
As soon as I arrived at the hotel, people started noticing Pebble.
Yeah, babe, it's a raccoon.
Some of them thought he was cute and wanted to pet him, but others were horrified and disgusted. They started whispering and pointing at me and Pebble.
Oh, it's like Carrie.
I know. This is Pebble's origin story.
Oh, no.
Some of them even complained to the staff. My sister saw me and Pebble and freaked out. She came over to me and yelled at me for bringing him. She said I was selfish and irresponsible and that I should leave immediately. I tried to apologize and explain the situation, but she wouldn't listen. She told me to get out or she would call security. She also said that I was no longer her brother and that she never wanted to see me or Pebble again.
Or Pebble.
Him or Pebble. Just
me
to be sure.
Or the raccoon.
Or the raccoon.
I think this is out of line.
I think so too. Honestly.
Fuck your wedding.
Cut the brother off, but keep Pebble in your life.
No, don't cut either of them. Pebble.
No. I was shocked and hurt by her reaction. I felt like she was overreacting and being unreasonable. Pebble didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, this is actually making me sad.
He was just sitting quietly in his harness, looking adorable. He didn't bite anyone or make a mess or cause any trouble. I decided to leave with Pebble, but not before telling my sister that she was being a bridezilla and that she owed me an apology. I also told her that Pebble was more family to me than she ever was.
I have no notes on this.
Honestly, same. Now my family is mad at me. They said I was rude and disrespectful to my sister and that I should have left Pebble at home or found another solution. They say I should apologize to my sister and beg for her forgiveness. I didn't think I did anything wrong. I think my sister was being unfair and cruel to me and Pebble.
To me and Pebble. Pebble's like...
I think she should apologize to me for treating me like dirt. So, am I the asshole?
No.
I have no notes on the...
No.
I back him.
I, in fact, would like to formally extend my invitation to my future wedding, in which I would like to invite you and Pebble.
Absolutely. Hit us up.
Hit us up.
Bring Pebble.
Because that's the best ever.
Right? Like, yeah.
Love.
I would be like... I get, like, you know, wedding day stress, all that. Like, she was probably so,
also,
like,
it's a raccoon.
It is a raccoon. It is a raccoon.
I don't give a fuck. Yes, absolutely bring your raccoon.
Yeah. Like, the more the merrier when it comes to animals, not people. +1 for animals.
I'm a big, like, the more the merrier kind of person, though.
You are, yeah.
Bring your friend, bring your whatever, bring your fucking raccoon. I'm going to have a better time with the raccoon than I am with you and your friggin' friend or the guy you've been dating or whatever. But, like, bring the raccoon.
Yeah, you can end up dancing with the raccoon on the dance floor.
Pets always allowed.
10 out of 10.
Pets always allowed.
Always. Bring the raccoon. Except for possums. I don't like possums.
I feel like raccoons and possums are potentially cousins.
Oh, maybe.
They got the same energy.
Yeah. Possums are just like a bit...
I like possums.
They're a bit spooky.
How?
Well, I don't know if it's just like a specific type of possum.
Is there more than one type of possum?
Yeah. There's like cute ones and then there's like spooky ones that will murder you and your family and
I don't believe
rob your
that.
house.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, like the possum that broke into my granddad's house. Honestly, I love that possum though.
That possum rocks.
Yeah. He was just having a nap after he destroyed the house and got chased by the cat.
See?
And locked himself in the study.
Yeah, and then fell asleep.
Yeah.
No, any animal I think is welcome. I mean, I can understand conventionally how like people, like any woman, you know, conventional, normal, perhaps not neurodivergent woman would be like, get that fucking thing out of my fucking wedding.
Absolutely.
I just paid 20 grand for the Hilton and you're going to bring a fucking raccoon. For me personally, I see no issue.
No.
And it's wearing a bow tie. Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Does it like cake? Brilliant.
Yeah.
How does it
Pretty
feel
cool.
about the High School Musical soundtrack? Because it's going on soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have no issue.
Yeah, no. All right.
We're back. Finally. For now, we're committing to a fortnightly schedule. We missed you so much and we hope that you missed us. Make sure that you follow us on all the different... There's hair on this and it's not mine.
Oh.
That's a Penelope. Sorry. Make sure you follow us on all... My nose is itchy.
So much happening.
Make sure you follow us on all the social medias. Mine is at Azure Music AU, AZURE Music. We all know how to spell that, hopefully. And then AU all together. And I'm that on everything.
Yes. I'm Hannah's Daily-ish Diary on everything.
And we're also our cozy corner of hell on everything.
Yes.
And we're going to be updating more. And we hope that you liked it. I love that I'm doing this like it's a...
Like you're singing.
Like, not really a podcaster.
No.
I love you guys. I hope that 2025 has been good for you guys so far. It's certainly been good for us. And...
It's not been good for the world, but...
Oh, yeah.
We're hoping it's going to start looking up.
What, in 4 years? Anyway, love you. Bye.